Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Australian National University Webinar Week. My name is Akhil Feroz, and I work at the ANU College of Engineering and Computer Science, International Student Recruitment and Partnerships team. Firstly, a big thank you to all the attendees and participating panel members today. We hope you find this session useful and look forward to having an engaging discussion with you today. If there's one word that encapsulates students and staff at the ANU right now, my word for that would be resilience. From bushfires and hailstorms at the beginning of the year to the COVID-19 pandemic that we're facing now, it's been a challenging year for everyone. And the best part is it's only June. So in today's webinar, Supporting Students with Remote Learning, we will be talking about our community's resilience in adapting to the new normal through discussions with our panel members and how their efforts have helped our students transition from in-person classes to remote learning. The session will also cover topics on how classes are run, how labs and workshops are organized, and how students are being assessed on their performance. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our panelists for today. So we have with us Dr. Nan Yang, Senior Lecturer, and Ankur Sharma, Lecturer at the Research School of Electrical Energy and Materials Engineering, also called RACEME in short. Thank you, Ankur and Nan, for all your time and support in organizing this useful session for our incoming students. And before I hand over to Ankur and Nan, I would also like to request all of you to mute your microphones if you've not done so already. If you have any questions, please feel free to add your questions in the chat window. You can either use the chat or the Q&A box. We will be taking questions. So Maggie from the marketing team and I will be coordinating the questions with the panelists. For questions that can be answered right away, I'm sure Ankur and Nan will just jump in and add it into the chat box. So over to you now, Nan. I'm going to go on mute now.
Okay, thank you, Akhil, and I hope everyone can hear my voice now. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nan Yang, and I'm currently working at the Research School of Electrical Energy and Materials Engineering as a senior lecturer. So I have been working at ANU for 5 years, and over the past 5 years, I do everything like the normal academic. So I'm doing research, I'm doing teaching, and also I'm serving the whole school and college. So today is a great honor for me and Ankur to be here and to share with you about how we are going to deal with COVID-19 and how we are going to run our remote learning and education to combat the negative impacts imposed by the disease. So if you don't mind, I would like to firstly share my screen and then to give you some hints about if you can start as a new coursework students in ANU, what kind of things you are going to experience and what kind of resources that you are able to use. Let's see. Who can share? Okay, so in this case, I hope you can see the screen. And so this is the homepage of the Australian National University. And I think because you have received the offer, so I guess this homepage may look familiar with you. And as a new student, I think the most important thing you would like to know about like which courses you are going to study, about the detailed course, the requirement about the course, I would like to first recommend you to check the programs and courses website. So if you are a student, then you click here, current students, and here is a website called programs and courses. So if you just click that, you will find there is a search function to search the degrees, the majors, and the minors and the courses. And then if we can just click search and we try to search the programs offered by 2020. For example, we select both undergraduate and postgraduate, and then we select our college. And you will see that here listed all of the the engineering and the computer science and other programs that we have been offering in 2020. So if you, for example, I give you an example about click here, the Bachelor of Engineering, and for example, here, like the Master of Engineering Digital Communications. So for example, if you look at the Bachelor of Engineering, it will give you a very, very comprehensive information about what kind of things that this degree will offer you. For example, this is the overview, and this is the admission requirement, and here is the study plan. I think that here, the study plan is very important because we have publicized all the required information that we are going to have for each program. For example, if you look at here, like given that you are a new student, that you may not be very familiar about our program's information, then you can see that, for example, for the Bachelor of Engineering, these are the courses that you are going to complete. And then here are the courses that you have to complete as like just to pick up one course from the two. And then if you would like to study Bachelor of Engineering, definitely you are going to pick up a major, then you can select the major by click any of this link. For example, someone say, okay, I'm happy to do mechatronic systems. Then if you click here, then it gives you the learning outcomes about this major, as well as the study plan. And for each of this study plan, you can see here lists a number of courses. And then if you want to keep exploring like what kind of information I can get from each course, then for example, if I collect computer vision, then you can see this is the up-to-date information about computer vision that is going to be offered in 2020. For example, this course is offered in first semester 2020, and here is the learning outcome and introduction. Here is the study requirement and the assessment items. And here is the free indication. Here is like the class structure. So you can see that as I have emphasized that for all the programs which you are going to be enrolled in and all the courses that you are going to study, we have provided all this kind of comprehensive information in this website, programs and courses. So this is the first very, very useful website that I would suggest you to look at if you would like to know about like what kind of programs you are going to study and what kind of courses you are going to study. I think that's very important. The second thing, apart from the programs and courses, is Veta website. So if I click here, Veta website, again, you are going to see some login. So here I already log in using my identity. So this would be similar to what you have seen if you log in as an enrolled student. So if you are enrolling as students, and here you will see the courses that you are going to study in the upcoming semester. So here I just, for example, click my course over the past semester, and I just change my role as a student. And for example, these are the course management or course website that you are going to use for all of your courses. So here, typically in the website, again, it is a very, very useful information hub that you are going to see the courses and the different materials of the course in here. For example, as you can see here, in my course, I gave the very general introduction in the very first part, where I have a course announcement, I have the discussion forum, and the Echo 360 active learning platform. Later I will introduce what it is at, but here we just leave it for now. And then I also gave the course introduction. For example, I gave the course outline here, and here I gave all the lecture slides. So in ANU, typically for each course, we are going to teach different activities in one course. For example, the lectures, in which we teach the knowledge, we talk about the key contents, the technical contents that we are going to have in each course. Apart from that, we also have tutorials, and typically the tutorials are used to discuss questions and answers to help you to have a bit deeper understanding about each course. And here you can see that I include all the lecture slides here. For example, if I click here, you can see all the lecture slides which are given in PDF file. And here are the tutorials. Again, I will give all the tutorials, for example, the tutorial questions and tutorial answers. And apart from that, we also have assignment as the typical and lower weight assessment items for each course. So here I give the assignment submission links and the questions and solutions. Also, in my course, I have computer lab, so I allow students to submit computer lab report. And we also have projects, but projects depends on what kind of courses you are studying. And typically, the projects are given for example, third or fourth year undergraduate course or postgraduate course. And apart of that, we have quiz exams. So as you can see here, all the information provided in this website for each course are very comprehensive and very, very helpful. And in ANU, we use the website as an online information hub to collect all the teaching materials and to give students a one-stop station for you to find the useful information. So in the following, I'm going to use about 5 or 6 minutes to talk about what kind of changes that we have already made to enable the remote teaching and online education. Unfortunately, the whole world has experienced the COVID-19 since the beginning of 2020. So in this case, at NU, we closed our campus in mid-March. And after that, all the teaching and education activities have been changed from on campus to online. As we mentioned, in the courses, the first important thing is the lectures. Like for the lectures, I think the vast majority, if not all of them, the vast majority of the courses have been delivered online. That means the lectures and the course conveners will either like pre-record their lectures or give a live delivery of their lectures. So this, I have to say that this kind of online delivery is quite interesting and very useful for students who are not in Canberra or who are even not in Australia, because you can access the videos anywhere from your home and from your the place you stay, as long as you have internet connection. And in ANU, actually, for each course, like all of the lecture videos are included in this Echo 360 active learning platforms. So in each course, if you find its website, which you are able to access after you get enrolled, you will see some echo, some function like this. It can be in different spaces or different locations in different courses, but there will be a platform like this. So if you click this platform, as here you can see that it consists of all the lectures, all the lectures that we have delivered over just over this semester. And if you and here, let me just give you an example about what kind of information we have here. So maybe I'll just click here and view. So in this case, you can see how the online lectures look like.
That students may use the recording for personal study only. No lecture may be communicated online, copied or shared without the prior permission of the ANU.
To the lecture 10 of the Engineering 8538. According to the new teaching schedule, this lecture would be the last lecture before the 2-week teaching break. I hope you enjoyed the lecture so far. So in today's lecture, we are going to focus on the continuous random variable, and we are going to complete the last part that are associated with the continuous random variable. So in today's lecture, we will keep talking about the bivariate random variables. So in the first place, we are going to introduce the bivariate Gaussian distribution. And after that, we are going to talk about how could we extend our previous analysis into the case with 3 or more random variables. Okay, so here I just show you like a short video clip about what kind of lecture videos that you are going to look at. So in terms of lectures, we are across the whole university, we use the Echo 360 to give the online delivery of the lectures. And we have to say that the vast majority of our courses have these lecture videos, which can be viewed by students, at any time, or downloaded by students through this platform. So, as I mentioned, if you click this platform and you see all the videos, these videos can be viewed either online or downloaded at your convenient time. So apart from lectures, we also have some other teaching activities that we would like to make some changes. So in terms of tutorials, I would say the tutorials are typically held in campus, but given the COVID-19, the campus is closed. So in this case, we have to ask the tutors to deliver the tutorials in a similar way as lectures. That means, again, the tutors may pre-record the tutorials and then to show it to the students, or at the same time, the tutors may also use some like online meeting software like Zoom to deliver the tutorials, and then the students can participate in the tutorials and then ask questions and interact with the tutors. So I would like to say the tutorials are delivered in a similar way to the lectures. Apart from the tutorials, we also have laboratories. For laboratories, I think laboratories are some component we have to significantly redesign as per the requirement of online communication. For example, previously in the computer labs, we hold these computer labs in campus, like in the dedicated laboratory, so students can use the computers offered in the laboratory and do the required lab component. But given the COVID-19, we have to run the computer labs in an offline mode, which includes some pre-laboratory consultation offered by the tutors. They will include the offline lab completion by the students, and then the students submit the lab reports, and the tutors assess the lab reports and provide the feedback. So this is basically how we run the computer labs. And I know that for some other hardware labs, also for some other courses, there are some hardware labs. Actually, hardware labs are a bit challenging to do, but again, we have tried our best to give the high quality education. For example, some of the, as far as I know, some of the hardware labs have been changed to simulation-based laboratories, which again allow the student to complete offline. And for some other courses, the hardware labs are operated by lecturers and tutors. And in this case, the students are able to watch the video which is recorded which is to record the operation of the tutors, and then to observe the lab procedure and analyze the collected data. So this is how we deal with the labs. And apart from that, for the assignment, again, I think the assignment received the minimal impact, because the assignment is typically like the students do the assignment and then submit to the course system to receive the assessment. And then for the exams, again, it is hard for us to provide the conventional exam, which is physical exam. But at this time, what we need to do is that we run the most of the exams online, either as a take-home exam or online exam, and this is how we do the examination. So I think these are the changes that we have been doing over the past semester to combat COVID-19. So in this case, because we have already got some experiences about how to completely run the courses online. So in this case, if you are enrolling in the new semester, I don't think there is any hurdle for us to ensure and try to ensure the quality of the online education is as equivalent as possible to that offered by the in-campus education. So this is what we have been doing, and please trust us that as the Australian National University, education is one of our key activities that we will achieve world-class and excellent quality. So all the course conveners have tried all the possible means to deliver the education experience with the highest quality. This is what we have been doing, and so far we have received, in general, good comments about the online teaching system. So this is everything that I would like to share with everyone. And then I will hand it over to Ankur to talk about his experience about online teaching.
Cool. Sorry, just get my video up. Thanks, Nan. I think that was very detailed and insightful, but I'd like to take a step back and build on what Nan said at the end of his talk. So Nan spoke about how we have had to also adapt and change a lot of things that we as college lecturers and professors have been doing. And I think the last semester, since we have moved into this new world that we're living in, has been the most exciting time for me as a lecturer and as an educator, because we were moving to online teaching anyway. What this has done, it has given us an opportunity to do that in an accelerated time frame. And we have been able to transform a lot of our courses. In fact, 100% of the courses at the moment, which can be delivered to students who are in remote locations and are not on campus. We would ideally want you to be on campus, but the course that I teach, and I'll show you some examples of it, is a very good example of what I call a flipped mode of delivery, where we try and deliver the content in a flipped mode. What that is, I'm explained, but I'll just give a bit of a background for me. My name is Dr. Ankur Sharma. I'm a lecturer here at the College of Engineering and Computer Science. I even did my PhD here at ANU in nanomaterials and quantum physics. And now I teach systems engineering and mechanical engineering at the College of Engineering. The course that I teach, systems engineering, is taught both at the undergraduate and at the master's level. And I'm going to take you through the website to give you some examples of the content we deliver in that course. But as I was saying, I'll be very happy to answer questions, which I was seeing in the question and answer chat box already, around labs, how the labs are being done, how will the industry experience work, because one of the key parts of engineering education at ANU is industry experience. How do we provide industry experience to you guys? How do we make sure that you have access to all the ANU facilities that you would want to have outside, if you're not able to attend for 1 semester or 2 semester in the next year? So I'm going to show you the Wattle website, which Nan also showed. And I think he's absolutely right. So when you're first starting at ANU, even a student who's on campus, all of the teaching is done through the Wattle. Wattle is that web page that you can log on to with your university ID and your password. And all of your lectures, assignments, teaching schedules, due dates for assignments, and even every little announcement that the course convener has to make about that course is done through that website of Wattle. Once you have access to that website, you have access to all the course content. Of course, there would be some face-to-face teaching and lectures, but those lectures have now been actually moved to a very interesting online tool, which Nan showed you, which was Eco360 that we use here at ANU. And we also have a lot of interesting other tools that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to share my screen real quick with you guys and show you what exactly I am talking about when I talk about the Wattle website. So let me just quickly show you what it looks like in this course. So this is the course that I teach, which is the engineering design, the systems approach. This was delivered in semester 1, 2020. Now, one of the coolest things that you will see is that you have a news forum where I can give all my announcements. This is where I make all my announcements. There's a general question and answers forum. This is the forum where students can ask me questions. And sometimes even I don't have to answer those questions. Somebody else or some other student would answer that question for them. Then that's your lecture recording active learning platform, where all the lectures are recorded, where you can see them whenever you want to. And there's a course outline. And then what happens is, if you look at the website here, I have like a week. So you have 12 weeks of semester. So I have every week by week schedule of what is the content that I'm going to deliver that week. And what are the things you need to know? So for example, if you click on the first week, which is the systems engineering design. So what happens is, in the flipped style of teaching, you have a workshop selection where you guys would be made into teams of 4 people or 5 people. And then I have some initial slides that I want you to see. I can open them up for you guys to see. But then what happens in the same session, there would be an online student Zoom discussion, and you have to select a time in which you can join in and join us for that. And once that happens, once you have done the selection process, Then there is a toolkit. Now this toolkit is very interesting. If you open this toolkit gives you resources that you would want to, then use to do the problem solving in that week. So this toolkit gives you every theory or information that you would require to solve the problems in the assignment that week. So it gives you all the information. So you have basically 4 resources every week. You have the toolkit, you have the online student Zoom discussion where you discuss your problems with me as your course convener. Then you have the workshop slides. These slides, I'll show you real quickly what these slides also look like. These slides are also designed to give you an overview of what we are going to do. If we are going to do a systems integration, let's say on a mechanical drive line, I will give you all of that. And then there are other slides which give you your task, what needs to be done. And there are instructions on how you have to do it. What is your time limit? What are the specifications that you have to design? So this is just one example where students had to design a base of a car, and so that we were getting into chassis design and talking about mechanical engineering design. Then there is the workshop selection, and of course there is the lecture slide, which is here, which Nan showed you. So every week in the course, you have 4 to 5 different resources. You have an online discussion, you have lecture slides, you have workshop toolkit, and then you have your discussion with your students and your question and answer session with me. And then you will have sort of an assignment or a tutorial that you have to deliver in that week. And we have a whole bunch of tutors. So if you see on the screen on the right hand side, this is the list of all the people who are the tutors in the course who help you with your assignments. So we have a specific tutor for CAD design. We have a specific tutor for CAD and project. We have one workshop tutor. These tutors will help you in your workshop to help you with your assignments, and it's all done through Zoom. And then you have class representatives and the course convener as well. So every week, so let's say if you look at the next topic, you will have more interesting like scoping and requirement workshop slides, because this is now a complicated topic. So I have listed more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resources. And then you have a sort of a quiz, because every week in some courses, you will have some sort of assignment or some sort of quiz that you have to complete. So for example, in week 3, you have to complete a quiz, and you complete that quiz through this website, through Wattle. So if you click on this quiz, you will be able to access the quiz. I'm not sure. Yeah. So it actually shows me the grades at the moment because I'm the convener. But if you were a student and you were to click on that, it would show you the quiz. I can probably change my role to probably a student and show you how it looks like. So if you click on the quiz that you have to take, yeah, because the quiz is completed, so it won't show you. I'm sorry about that. But so even the quiz or the assignments are done through this Wattle website. And you have all the toolkits and everything that you need to do. Again, you have a workshop, online workshop. You can even sign up and find the link. And we have workshops which are at different times in the week. So they are not only just one workshop in the week. We will have at least 2 or 3 workshops. And they have the same content. And you can choose whichever time is the most suitable for you to come and join that workshop. And you can learn all the skills in that workshop by talking to me, the course convener, the lecturer, the tutors, other students. Everybody is there talking about how to solve that quiz, which is coming at the end of the week. And we are doing the design process together. And similarly, if you look at week 3, we will have a similar thing. All the resources are listed here. And this is not just your lecture slides. These are additional readings. These are not in lecture. I talk about something else completely. These are all just tools or resources to help do your assignment better. And once you have done your assignment, you have the entry quiz and you have the exit quiz, which you talk about. And if you see additional resources, if you click on additional resources, there are a lot of readings and videos that I have uploaded, which help you do the assignment. So we have worked so hard over the last few weeks and few months since March and February to make sure that all of these resources are converted into PDF files, videos, or lectures, which are all uploaded on Wattle now. And once they are uploaded on Wattle, you can access them at any time. So you don't have to even wait for your assignment to come. You can access them at any time during the week, submit your assignment on time, and just move on to the next week for your course content. So this is the flipped mode of delivery, where we do not teach you the content in the lecture. The content or the technical learning is discussed. It is discussed in an online session with the students one-on-one. So I'll not give you a lecture where you're just sitting there and listening to what I'm talking about. Like what I'm doing right now is mostly that. But it's more about a discussion. So I would have given you the technical details already before the workshop. In the workshop, we all come together and we discuss the problems you are having, and I then help you with the assignment. I then help you with the quiz. So it's like a weekly assessment, but it is helped via me through that workshop that I conduct every week. Now, for example, in week 7, we will have a CAD design workshop. We want to teach you SolidWorks, or we want to teach you AutoCAD, for example, if you're doing mechanical engineering, or if you're doing renewable or sustainable engineering. Then we have a very interesting video section for SolidWorks. We have uploaded videos, and these are not videos that you would find randomly online that teach you CAD. These are the videos which have been made by us or our tutors to help you understand the process in your assignment. So these are designed in a way to prepare you for your assignment. So I'm going to quickly play one of these videos and show you what these look like, because these are not like something that you can find on YouTube. This is made specifically by experts at ANU, people like me, Nan, who are researchers in this field and who are actually using this on a day-to-day basis to help the students. I hope you guys can see the video here. So this video,
Ankur, you might need to stop sharing and then reshare again for them to see the
okay, so you can't see the video, just give me 1 second. So the video wasn't playing, right?
Yeah, so you just need to reshare your screen again with the video.
Okay, I'll just do that. Sorry about that, guys. I'll share my screen, still learning with the technology, and there we go. So this is the video around 2D sketching. It is a long video. I'm going to jump a bit ahead.
So Ankur, while you're showing the video, do students have the chance to sort of practice while the video is running and seek
Yeah,
feedback and things like that?
yeah. So I'm going to answer that question real quick, Akhil. A
Yeah.
very good question. So this is a video which the students can actually see before the lecture even starts. Now, what happens in the lecture or the workshop, as I was calling it, all the students get free access to all the softwares like SolidWorks, MATLAB, and everything on campus. Being a part of ANU student, you have access to a whole bunch of paid softwares, which are otherwise very expensive to buy. So what happens when you log in with your ANU ID, you can easily access SolidWorks on ANU's server. You don't even need to have like a very new computer or a super fast computer to run a complex program like SolidWorks. You can run it on ANU's server. You can run it on ANU's computer, and you can just log in with your iPad, even with your with your tablet or your phone, and you can be running or doing SolidWorks at the same time in the workshop as other students are doing. And if you have problem, one of the CAT tutors or me who will be there, and they will be helping you with the process if you're having any problems. So that is a very, very good thing that we have created something called Virtual Horizon. The software is called Virtual Horizon, which is an ANU software, which we provide to all of our students who can log in, and they can access the whole bunch of simulation softwares, including SolidWorks, AutoCAD, Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, Python softwares, and other things. And they can start doing the modeling on ANU's computer. So you don't have to worry about if your computer doesn't have enough sharing capability or enough processing capabilities. I'm just going to quickly finish this video where it talks about sketching and how do you do the sketching. Right. So this is just to give you an example that the tutor is sort of interacting with you directly during that workshop session to show you how it would actually look like during your workshop sessions. So I'm going to start sharing my screen again, and we're going to go back to the content that I was talking about. So in this content, you can see then we have online classes as well. So you can see there is a whole list that in week 3, you will have this person delivering content on this line. And these Zoom links are just to help you. These are on addition to teach you a bit more. So we have 3 levels of teaching. First level of teaching is the lectures, which I take. So I will have a weekly lecture or 2 week or 2 lectures in a week that I will deliver and upload it onto the Wattle site as well. The second level of teaching are the workshop sessions, which are run by me or a tutor or someone who's expert in that area. For example, we would invite sometimes an AutoCAD expert to talk about something like that. And the third level of teaching are these online classes or these online extra classes, which are designed for students who want to problem solve or who want to just sit down with the tutor and talk about the problems that you have been having with the assignment. And you can choose a time. You can even choose any time that you want to join. So in a week, we have lots of time. For example, you can choose Wednesday 12 to 2, Thursday 9 to 11, and then or another session on Wednesday. So it's very flexible. It's designed for students to give them the maximum flexibility so that they can choose the best time for them to come in and learn those things. So those are the 3 levels of teaching: at the lecture level, then at the workshop or the tutorial levels, and then these are these extra online classes to help. And on top of that, you have a whole bunch of toolkits, which I was showing, like videos, PDFs, lectures, guest lectures, sitting on top to help with your assignment. So we don't have like a big exam in my course, for example, at the end of it. We have weekly submissions, we have weekly assignments, and with those weekly assignments, we make sure that we provide you enough content to pass that assignment and even do very well in those assignments. Based on the feedback that I've received from students, students really like this because they don't have like a whole, because sometimes what happens in a big course, sometimes you have like a whole bunch of content that you have to read just before the exam, and that becomes very problematic. This style of teaching is much more easy, where you learn about the content or you learn about something every week and you apply it onto the exam, and then you move on to the next week. So it's like subsequent style of teaching where we are training our students to learn step by step every week. So throughout the semester, you go through this process like 10 or 12 times, and that makes you more efficient of learning. And all of this is available through Wattle, as I said, on this website. So, and these are the topics that are taught in that course. Design process, engineering design process, again, is a very important topic that we talk. The functional analysis and systems architecture, very interesting topic that we talk about in this course as well, because this is a systems engineering course. It is one of the core courses. So it doesn't matter which specialization you will come from. All of you will have to do this course because this is one of the compulsory courses. Apart from these compulsory courses, we have a lot of elective courses. For example, if you want to major in renewable energy or sustainable energy, or you want to major in mechatronics, we will have courses designed for those specializations as well. And all of the courses at ANU are run through the same style through this website, which is here called Wattle. And this is a very interesting way. So even before COVID happened, a lot of our content was delivered through Wattle, because what happens is a lot of our students are working. Sometimes they're working part-time, they're working at a casual job, and sometimes they don't have, they have a clash with the lecture and they cannot attend a lecture or they cannot attend a tutorial. That's why ANU has always had the policy of making sure that the content that we are teaching is actually all available on Wattle for students who can't make it to the campus for whatever reasons. And this has helped us so much to cope with the COVID-19 that our university was actually already very well prepared to deal with what was coming. So a lot of our content now is completely online, and it's not like a lecture on YouTube or something you would read on Coursera or edX. It is a proper university experience, because you're not getting just someone talking to a board or someone writing something or someone doing something in a video to teach you about engineering. This is engineering, and engineering education is complex. So to make that complex education simple, we have those 3 styles or the 3 levels or the 4 levels of teaching, where lecture is only one part. The second part is the online interaction or the workshop, where you can actually play with the software or the simulation by yourself and see your results at the same time. The third level is the tutor sessions or the tutorial sessions. And then the fourth level is the PDFs and the video and the other tutorials that we have prepared at ANU to help you with your learnings in the program. So I hope what it does, it gives you some example of what teaching looks like at ANU. One other very interesting course that I convene, and I'll take only a few minutes before I finish, that we teach ANU is industry experience. So I convene the capstone program as well, which requires you to work with an industry partner to deliver an engineering project. So I'll share my screen to show you how we were able to do that this semester when everybody was not on campus. How do you then get that real industry experience? So what the students did, and this was part of the planning that we had done at ANU, was, so this is the course. It's called the Systems Engineering Project course. So the students had to, then we used something called ANU SharePoint. So this is one example where this was one team. Their project was called Clinical Trials, for example. Or there was another team. I'm sure if you can see my screen. It was called End of Life Solutions for this company. No waste is wasted. So we have this online website portal called ANU SharePoint. You can see the student login ID is here at the top, where you can just click here to visit what they have done. So this is like an online website or an online tool where everyone can talk about. I think someone has raised a hand. I'm happy for you to ask a question in the middle of the session as well. But that's fine. If they speak, I'll stop. Otherwise, I'll keep on going. So what these teams did, they have like a project resource. So this is like a Google Drive or like an online sharing platform where they can upload whatever that they need to upload. And as the course convener, I can look at the course content and I can see what the students have prepared. Okay, so this is what they're working on. And I can quickly jump in and provide my comments on that. So this is like a live way of doing industry experience projects. And you wouldn't believe that in actual real world, a lot of industrial companies, a lot of engineering companies actually use this online SharePoint or other softwares to look at and monitor the project progresses. So we are giving them the real industry experience of working in an industry, even while they're doing their programs and courses at ANU. And this is just one example of how our students have done even the industry experience courses, even within the COVID-19 framework and restrictions that we have been put in. And I think I'm ready to take questions now, Akhil, from the person who raised the hand, and then I can continue. And I think I would like to conclude at that. I think we have given you a very good idea of how online teaching has transformed and how ANU was already very prepared to deliver a lot of our content online. Very happy to answer all of your questions now. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ankur. Thanks, Nan. That was great. Ankur, while we wait for the student to, do you know which student it was who raised their hand?
No, I can't probably.
Okay, that's fine. No problem. So we'll wait for them to get back to us. But meanwhile, I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions based on the emails that we have received. The first question would be to both you and Nan. So can you shed some light on what the role of tutors have been so far? So we know that, as lecturers, you guys are doing your bit to make sure that the students get their quality of education and have the support that they need. But we also acknowledge the fact that the tutors form a very major part in terms of the support that's offered to students. So if you could just share some of your insights on the tutors' roles in helping the students, that would be great.
Sure. I can go first, Nan. Thanks. So I think the role of tutors has been very, very important. I'll tell you why, because sometimes it's not practically possible for the course convener to interact with all the students at the same time. So the tutors are like my extended hands. They have been very critical in organizing that third level of teaching that I was talking about. Of course, they can't deliver lectures. I deliver, or Nan or other course conveners would deliver the lectures. We prepare the course workshop. We will run the workshop session. But the students can still have doubts, right? They can still have problems and questions that they want to. And then that student can then go and talk to the tutors, and tutors are available on different times during the week. So tutors provide, I think, three key things. They provide flexibility of time. You can approach them at a lot of times that you cannot approach the course convener. They provide, I think, what is called flexibility in terms of the language, because they are students. Sometimes they are PhD students, or they are students who have done the course. They know exactly what a student might be facing. So that level of comfortableness, that level of comfort with other students is very important. And the third thing that the tutors provide, I think, is because they know the content so well. So they can just pinpoint and give answer to your solution like directly. If you have a problem, hey, my AutoCAD design is not working, the tutor would know, hey, have you tried that? Just try that fix, and it will work. And that's your assignment. You're done with your assignment for the week. How happy you are. So I think tutors play a very critical role, that they are the bridge between the course convener and the students sometimes when the students are finding it hard to go through the problems that they don't have answers to.
Well, I completely agree with Ankur. I think um, tutors are an important component in education experiences. Like as Ankur mentioned, like as the course convener, typically I manage the whole course and doing and answer all the administrative inquiries from students and deliver the lectures. But tutors are important parts of the teaching team, because tutors are typically they are much younger than myself and have a closer age to the students. So I think they have a much more better understanding about the students' concerns. And in this case, you can apart from their jobs like teach the tutorials, monitor the labs, and doing the marking and assess the projects. Apart from that, they have a better sense of the the students' inquiries and students concerns, and they act as the bridge between the students and supervisors, and they are an important part important part in the education team to ensure that the course delivery and education are of the highest quality. So the tutors are really important, and they have different roles from the course convener and the lectures.
Excellent. Thanks, Ankur. Thanks, Nan. Another question to the both of you was whether students have the opportunity to whether coursework students have the opportunity to undertake any research components as a part of their program. You did touch upon the industry side of things, but there are a lot of students who want to take up research. So yeah.
Yep, I think I can answer that. So I think in terms of research, I think it depends on what kind of research that a student would like to take. I think if we talk about the coursework part, I think for coursework part, let's try to divide them into undergraduates and postgraduates. When we talk about undergraduate coursework students, for the current engineering degree, the engineering students have reached opportunities to do an honors project or the capstone project at their fourth year. So that is either like an individual or group-based research and development project, and the student will have the opportunity to do research in this project. So apart from the Bachelor of Engineering degree, we also have Bachelor of Engineering brackets, research and development degree. And if that is the degree that some students have been enrolled in, then the students have much more opportunities to do the research. And for master coursework students, typically for each of the master level course, the master level technical course that we offer to the master level students, we provide a component which is typically a group-based project. And for the group-based project, typically we set some requirement for students to use to enhance and improve their research capabilities to solve some problems, and that should be solved by the students offline efforts to do the literature review, to get a deeper understanding about the course contents, as well as the materials that they found offline. So in this case, they have the opportunity to do the research. And I would like to say, for the Australian National University and for our College of Engineering and Computer Science, we have a huge bunch of world-class scientists in our college, and we are our research level is at the world leading level. So in this case, if you have the opportunity to do a research with us, that will be fantastic. And in the last, I would like to emphasize that apart from coursework degrees, we also have 2 full-time research degrees. One is Master of Philosophy, one is Doctor of Philosophy, or PhD if you want to call it. So MPhil and PhD are the opportunities for students who want to do the full-time full-time research. But if that's the case, please check the ANU and college website. Just Google ANU, CAX, PhD, and MPhil, and you will be directed to a website. And then that website includes all the necessary information if you want to apply for the MPhil and PhD degrees. And over the past years, we do have seen a number of examples that the students complete our coursework degree, no matter it's bachelor or master level degree, and then continue as PhD students. And so in this case, please refer to that website and then to check the procedure and admission requirement about doing an MPhil and PhD with us. Yeah, that's for me.
Yeah, I think Nan has covered pretty much everything. What I would also like to add that even while doing your degree, one of the best things, because I came to ANU as an undergrad exchange student as well, one of the best things about ANU is you have access to the same lab facilities which a PhD student or a professor has. And you are allowed in the labs to do experiments, do research with the professor that his or her PhD student would be doing. So we do not discriminate, okay, undergraduates are not allowed in the lab, only masters or PhD students are in the lab. Everybody has access to all the labs at ANU, and that is one of the most unique things at ANU, where we provide access to all the research facilities right from your second year level. You can start doing research projects right from your second year level. You have elective courses in second year, third year, fourth year of your undergraduate degree, third semester, fourth semester of your master's program, where you want to undertake research projects. You will be provided with all the lab facilities and support. In your undergraduate degree, all of you have to do a compulsory research project, which is Engineering 4200, that's the course code, or you have to do a capstone project, which is the industry experience course. So you actually have to complete both of those courses as part of your degree. So research is a very integral part of our engineering program, as Nan was mentioning, and we give you all the opportunities to undertake research at whatever level that you want. And also, you have access to all the world-class research facilities that you have.
Perfect. Ankur, if I might just add to that as well, can I get you to talk about how our lecturers and professors are involved in research and what that brings to the classroom?
Yeah, in fact, yeah, as Nan mentioned, we are all researchers by a job. That's our main job, is to research and promote the field of science. As I said, I am a researcher in the area of nanofabrication of semiconductors and materials. Dr. Nan Yang is a very world-renowned researcher as well in his area of signal processing and communications, and I'm sure he'll speak more about of his research. But that's what we do. We bring our research into teaching. So all of us are doing cutting edge research. I'm pretty sure Nan talks about, and I do certainly, I talk about a lot of my research that I'm doing in my lab in my lectures, because that's what is influencing the teaching. And that's why the teaching we do is so cutting edge and so nice, which you won't get anywhere else, because it is being run by a world-class researcher who's an expert in that field. Nan?
I think we have you on mute, Nan.
Okay, so I echo Ankur's statements, and yeah, I think because for our Australian National University, actually, when we talk about recruiting new staff members to our university, we have followed a very, very rigorous, process to recruit new staff members. So any academic staff member, especially the newly joined ones, if you look at his profile, you will see he is a fantastic and world-leading scientist in that area. So in this case, when we do our research, that we generate research outcomes, we bring the world-shaking research innovations, and we lead the innovation in our area in some sectors, but at the same time we always have a motivation to apply our research outcomes, a part of our research outcomes into education. For example, in my course, I'm currently teaching wireless communications for undergraduate students. So for this course, I look at my course contents or course materials every year, and year by year, I try to apply some, apply some change of the information, change of the materials, and try to find a proper way to include the new findings or the new theories, the new trends of the wireless communication society, the wireless communication industry into the course, and which may help the students to understand the cutting edge and up-to-date status of the telecommunication industry. So in this case, we, apart from purely doing research, we also try to find a way to integrate research into the education and benefit the students who are receiving the education from us.
Yeah. So there's this question from Wengshi Cheng where the person is asking about how can you join a research project even while doing a coursework degree? Absolutely, it's very easy. You just find the research area that you're interested in. All of our research areas are listed on the website. You find the professor or the supervisor with whom you want to work, and you just send them an email saying that, hey, I'm an honor student, or I'm an undergraduate or a master's student, and I'm interested in working in your lab on this project. And if you have any vacancy, let me know. And 9 out of 10 times you just get taken on board for that project. It's as simple as that. You just have to email the professor that, hey, I'm a student, I'm interested in this research project. Can you please take me on board? And all of the professors and lecturers take it very seriously to make sure that all of our undergraduate master students are also involved in all of the research projects. For example, right now, I supervise close to 7 undergraduate students. I supervise 2 master students, and I have 2 PhD students that I supervise in different research projects at the moment. And I'm sure Nan supervises a lot more students as well. And the more senior people have more students under their team as well. So everybody at ANU is very happy to take on research projects.
Yeah, I agree with Uncle.
Thanks, Ankur. So I've added the links into the research areas that Ankur and Nan were talking about in the chat box. Just bear in mind that you can't copy paste links from Zoom, so you'll need to click on it and save it in your browsers. If not, you can find it on our college website. Nan and Ankur, just one last question. Looks like we have time for one. This one's from a faculty from another university, and seems more like a knowledge sharing sort of question. So they want to know how we're solving, assessing students' capability for individual assessments or like workshops and labs and things like that. I'm sure you have a way around it, so I'll hand over to you.
Yeah, I think I can quickly answer my bit on that. And then I'm sure Nan would be happy to share his. I think it was a major point of discussion at ANU as well, that how would you, prevent students from cheating, or do you trust students, or what, and all of that. I think a very simple way to get around that was to not treat students as students, treat them as stakeholders, treat them as equal partners in education. It is their learning eventually. It is about their learning. We are not getting anything out of it. We are just imparting knowledge. And when I had a chat with my students and told them that, hey guys, I trust you, and I'm treating you as equal stakeholder and an equal partner in this process of learning, will you help me? All of the students were so happy to jump on board, and they decided to undertake the assessment process with all integrity. And how do we manage that individuality is very simple. There are a lot of online tools. Of course, ANU is a very well-renowned university. We have a lot of resources where we can have our own website like Wattle. We can design our own assessment. So we had a lot of resources on campus to handle that. We had people who helped us with designing online exams, how to deal with issues around privacy, and all of that was discussed in a very democratic environment. But I think the key is trust. As long as you tell students that you trust them with their learning, they would always make sure that they become part of the process. So the process of teaching is not for the students. The process of teaching is with the students, if that makes sense. I know it's a philosophical answer, but I think that approach really helped us.
Yeah, I agree with Ankur. I think trust is very important. And so when we talk about so one thing, I think one thing is trust. Like for the trust, I completely agree with Ankur that students are a key, a class of key stakeholders in the education process. So we trust them, and we know that they gain the benefits from this education. And so typically for myself, I choose to trust students rather than suspect them. At the same time, across our college, we also have the procedure about misconduct, academic misconduct. So if any students have been involved in the misconduct case, unfortunately, then we would like to leave the college to use their expertise and have dedicated person to judge whether the students has been involved in misconduct or not. So that is how we deal with this kind of cases. We give trust to students. At the same time, we have very clearly defined procedure about misconduct. So we have these two ways to ensure that the fairness and transparency among the individual assessment. And I think that attendee also raised another question about the hardware lab, about I think he mentioned that they they make the video and show to students, but the main problem is that they don't have the real experiences. I agree. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think the only way to solve this, if we can do it, is to buy equipment for each student and mail to them. But again, it depends on the type and the cost of equipment. At the same time, it also depends on whether the equipments can be, given to the students or not. For example, I think in our I don't know about Ankur, but I think in your nanomaterials lab, I don't think the equipments can be moved. They have been purchased. They just put there. That's it.
Yeah.
So in this case, I agree that if we make the video and show to the students that I agree that the students may not have the hands-on experiences, but the solution to solving this problem will be challenging. I don't have any solution to that. So we are trying our best to make the best option for the students.
I think it's long term. The solution is long term, because it's not like that an engineering program is only 1 semester or 1 year long. This situation will improve next year. So we can move that course or hardware lab to next semester. And the students who have enrolled with us this year can then definitely come to the campus next year or after that and do those labs and gain all that experience. Students have to think about investing this into degree program as a long-term, 3 year or 2 years if it's a master's program, or 4 year if it's an undergraduate program. So it's a long-term investment, and I'm sure things will become normal very soon, and we will have students back on campus as well.
Perfect, thanks. I might just add that we have a dedicated student services team at the College of Engineering and Computer Science, who you can have a number of consultations with before, during, and after a semester, and they'll help you decide your program. They'll help you decide your study plan, the courses you need to pick. And my understanding is that there are special case managers who will be staff members who will be assigned to you if you enroll with us. And I'm pretty sure they will guide you through the process. And like Ankur said, it's more long-term. You might need to move a few courses around, so the more hands-on courses might need to come in a bit later. But that does not mean that the quality of your experience or your education will be diminished in any way. So I guess with that, we don't have any more questions.
I think we have one more, Akhil. There was one more question that came in just in around elective courses. Where can I find the list of courses? So I think, Vinci, again, you can find that list on the programs and courses, which Nan just showed. I'm sure Akhil can put up a link there as well to all the courses. And yes, there is a limit for elective courses but we are very flexible. For example, you have to do some sort of compulsory core courses. Then there are your discipline related courses, your major, and then there are electives. So for example, in first year, you can choose 2 electives. In second year, you can choose another 2 electives. And then in third and fourth year, you can choose up to 6 electives. So there is a number on different years. In the first 2 years, you have more compulsory courses. So you can choose 2 electives each year. In third and fourth year, you can have up to 6 electives that you can choose, depending on what your preference is. Plus, we have a lot of flexibility around our double degree program, which I'm sure you can find information online as well.
Yeah, and I think I can provide a bit additional information. I think the students ask like whether there is a list about the elective course. I think the for compulsory course we have a list, right? For each major, for each program, we have a compulsory list. These are something you have to do. We may offer some courses like, for example, we have 2 computing courses. You have to choose one of these 2. We have, physics course. You have to choose one of these 2. But typically for the general elective course, we don't have such a list because from our perspective, elective course is an elective course. You can choose any course across the whole university. For example, if you come like if you come to Australia to study, then say like, can I choose like a course, elective course from the course offered by the College of Law, or can I choose a course offered by College of Economics, or a course offered by, say, College of Asian Studies? You can do that. We don't have a course because if we don't have a list of elective course, because if we have this list, that includes almost all the courses of the university. So in this case, we don't have a list for the elective course, but because elective course applies to, if we talk about university elective, it applies to all the courses offered by different colleges in the university.
Yeah, thanks for that, Nan. And it's quite common, I believe, for students to pick electives either from different schools or different colleges, such as students who come in with an interest in entrepreneurship, go to the College of Business and pick up a few courses there. So we're very flexible in the way in which we offer our electives. So we're 7 minutes over time. I guess it's time to wrap it up. Ankur, Nan, anything else to add before we wrap up? All right, perfect. So once again, thank you so much for your time and for sharing your valuable insights, Ankur and Nan. Thank you to all the attendees. I'm sure you would have found this session useful, and I hope it makes you, helps you make the decision to study with us a little easier. If you have any other questions, you will receive a follow-up email from us after the session. Please feel free to write back to us. And bear in mind that we also have a number of student live webinars as part of the ANU Webinar Week running throughout this week. Just go on the ANU website and check out the event section to see what webinars we have. And I'm sure you'll find that useful as well. So once again, thank you all for participating. Have a good day.
Just
luck
hold
to
on.
all of you.
Sorry, Akil, just hold on. I think I just saw a new question. I can answer it very quick. I think Helena raised a question like, when we contact with professor for research study opportunity for the first time, should we attach CV or personal statement in the email? If I were you, I will do that. I will attach my CV and previous, like academic transcript, like what kind of grades you have obtained, you have obtained before, or something like that. I think this will help the professor or the researcher to understand your attributes and your past experiences, and it will, to be honest, it will increase the possibility that the professor will reply to you. Yeah. So I will suggest you to do that. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Nan.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ankur. I guess that's a wrap then.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Good to see everybody. Hopefully, I'll see some of you soon on campus or in the lectures very soon. See you soon, guys, on campus.
Yeah. See you. Wish you all the best and take care.